We're the indie project Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cats Ginjey Bear and Furrnando. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home.
Good afternoon. We've made it to Castello. At the end of the last video you saw that we were doing our spa area, but actually today we've come here to pick up stuff for our plastering. We thought we'd also see if we can get some nice chilling lounges to go by the spa area too. So we've come to Homer, my favourite store. I love it here.
So we left just as quick as we arrived because they didn't have what we were looking for. So it looks like we're going to end up doing a Castello Branco shuffle. So going to all the outdoor stores to try and find what we need. But I'm so excited to get all of the things we need so that we can start the plastering. I've been waiting to start this plastering for so long, and I know you guys are really excited to see how it's going to look. It's very nerve-wracking, but I feel like I've done a lot of studying, a lot of research, and I'm finally ready. So we have just arrived in a store called Bricomarsh, and we think that this store might actually tick off everything that we need to get today, so that will be amazing.
What do you think of this for the shower?
Yeah, that will work really nicely, won't it?
Cute.
I reckon if we have that, then we have some gravel underneath it.
Yeah.
And then some bricks around the edge to kind of keep the retaining wall.
That'll look nice.
I reckon that'd be really nice.
This is really cute. It needs a little sand, but it'll be really good.
We just brought ourselves some sun loungers to go next to the pool.
They are going to be amazing.
I'm incredibly excited. This is my one right here, and this is Bee's. Bee's has a crack in it.
No, it doesn't. I just literally checked them to make sure there's no cracks because I want these to last me the whole summer.
How amazing is it going to be hanging out on them right next to the fig tree or under the fig tree?
It's going to feel like living in some sort of tropical resort, and I can't wait. Well, we are back home and we've got all of our stuff to turn this little area into a full-on legit spa, and Theo is just lurking in the background getting ready to unload it all because I'm feeling way too hot and bothered to do it myself.
We got ourselves some sun loungers, and the most important thing that I'm very excited about is we brought a massive great canopy. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, like an umbrella canopy umbrella thing.
Like a metal rod with a big umbrella on it that will give us shade throughout the summer that we can put right over the pool. So I'm excited to set that up, get these out, and maybe I just said it out loud, maybe we should just try and fill the pool.
I think we should. We just need something to fill the little drain hole in.
Yeah, try and block the drain hole and fill it. And at least if we can put our feet in, that will cool us down a little bit.
Brilliant. It's a building site, but I absolutely love it.
It's a work in progress, and this umbrella has added a whole new element to the spa area.
What the hell is that in your hand?
I haven't just weed in a bottle. Believe it or not, my friend Nick actually gave me this.
It's frothing.
It's frothing in the bottle. But what I'm going to do right now is, we spoke too soon about getting in the pool and filling it up. We can't find a way to actually fill the hole without sticking cement in there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to mix up a batch, and actually this is to help waterproof the cement so that it's all watertight. It's going to be really good. I found a perfect pipe to fit through the old lead pipe, so then we can put a tap on it, so when we need to drain it, it's not a problem.
Okie dokie, let's get cracking.
I'm a hot, sweaty mess. We've achieved so much today, it's incredible. And I've just finished cementing in the pipe so the water can exit the pool whenever we need it to, or the water goes manky. But that's another project I want to do. I want to add a little filter onto here so we can leave the water for pretty much the whole summer. It just keeps circulating and filtering the water, so it's really nice. I just realised I'm talking really quickly.
Because you're tired.
My mind, well, my brain is fried. I've just been in the sun working non-stop, but it's incredible. It's done. And the next job, I know we keep stringing you on, but tomorrow we're going to be working on the plastering inside the barn. So there's a few major holes that I still need to fix before the plaster can go on. The only wall that's ready for plastering is the far one under the mezzanine. There's a couple of big holes to fill on that wall, a couple on this wall, but you can see here, this needs completely rebuilding.
That looks like an old rat's nest. Oh, definitely a rat's nest.
Yeah.
Is now onto the final mezzanine beam.
All the others have been a complete success, which is good news. And I've saved the hardest, the most technical, and the biggest gap till last.
Theo's just made up a mix because we've got some last minute preparations to do before the plastering can begin. I need to mask off around the wood where the plastering is going to be going right up next to it to protect it, and Theo's got some important holes to fill. Innuendo bingo, here we go. So over here you can see the other mezzanine beams that go straight into the wall. The gaps have all been filled up now, which is fantastic because it means that when the plastering goes on, all the holes are already finished. And it looks really smart. I actually can't wait to see the wood just going straight into a white plastered wall. It's going to be absolutely stunning. And then we'll have the natural stone just there around the door, still peeking through. It's going to be really, really beautiful.
It's going to be so nice. Like, it's probably one of the most exciting things about the whole project, I think, because
I think other than the wooden roof, this is definitely it.
Yeah, because it's going to change everything.
It is.
Suddenly the light's going to be bouncing around from everywhere. Even if you light a candle, it's going to bounce, which is going to be really nice because, you know, it is a stone barn. It is quite dark naturally, and we really want that rustic feel, but also a modern twist.
So Theo has now done all of the mezzanine holes for the beams. Look at that. It looks so good, and the walls look mad right now. Because you can see all the bits where we've filled in holes. So yeah, as you can see, every single mezzanine beam is now done. And the final one before this wall gets plastered, because this is our test wall, is for Theo to just do the rat hole, which is filled from the other side, but inside needs doing. And then the most exciting time is about to commence.
I'm just filling up the last major hole, and this is definitely the entrance of where the rats are coming through. I know there's a big gap under the door. We've got the new door coming hopefully in the next 10 days, which is exciting. And then I need to fit the window frame, and we're completely sealed. Nothing is coming through, which is good. The rats will have to find a new home. But it's looking good, and this is just one hole away from actually starting the plaster.
This is the final challenge. Actually, that's a lie, because I need to actually go back down here and prepare.
Yeah, one thing we need to do is cover everything over, because if any plaster gets on here, you can wipe it off straight away, but if you miss something, it's just going to stain the wood.
Better to be safe than sorry. I'd just like to say a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know what Squarespace is, it's a fantastic online platform for you to build and design your very own website. We've had our website with Squarespace for a number of years now, and I love the ease of use on there. There's so many different themes to choose from. You can drag and drop different elements to completely suit you. We host our podcast through there. We've got a shop on there, our newsletter, even a blog. It's a really great place to have everything in one on the internet. If you want to give Squarespace a try and see just how easy it is to build your own professional looking website, just head to the link in our description or go to squarespace.com/indieprojects for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Don't forget to use the code indieprojects and have a go at building your own wonderful looking website.
So I just pulled my mask down so you can hear me a little bit better, but it's really dusty in here because I just blew with the compressor all of the dust off the wall and the floor so that we have a nice clean area to work on, and also the mortar will stick better if there's not loads of bits that are going to flake off after. The next job to do is to really wet the wall down. So what you don't want to do is put the mortar on and suddenly shrink and crack if it dries out too quickly. So wetting the wall before very well is a really good idea. So it's been about an hour since we last spoke to you, and now I'm just wetting the wall one last time before we start adding the plaster. I'm using NHL 3.5. I've mixed it really loose, and this coat, the whole idea for this coat is just to get in all the gaps, and hopefully with the machine that we've got, it sprays it onto the wall into all the gaps and creates a nice layer for the next scratch coat. Basically, if you were doing this by hand, you'd actually be just slapping it on the wall to try and get it in them areas. So the fact that we've got this tool should be a winner.
Should really speed things up.
Yeah, and it should be quicker as well. My arm feels like it's gonna fall off. So plan A. We're not on plan A.
We're on plan B.
Maybe C. Basically what happened was, it was so stressful trying to use that spray gun machine. I had to wear goggles because otherwise it just flicks in my eye.
Which is fine, but our goggles were a bit crap.
I mean, it's not fine that it flicks in my eye.
Oh,
what are you doing?
He's desperate to get up onto the mezzanine, but he's banned, so he's climbing up there. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Ooh. Come on.
I've literally got holes in my t-shirt now. Just what I need.
I can see it literally. It's right where your nipple is, like you should have a nipple piercing. Okay.
I'm trying to build our family home, and my cat abuses me. Anyway, back to the story. The sprayer, if I used it without goggles, it was spraying in my eyes. You don't want to get lime in your eyes. It's not good for you at all. So, the goggles were completely fogging up. I was basically blind. You don't want to plaster blind. The machine was getting clogged up. I just had enough. I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to do it by hand.
It did spray a good layer, but it was quite thin as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a thin layer, and the first layer, you know, I wanted to get a decent coverage.
Can we just take a moment, everyone, to appreciate this wall? Look at this!
Looking good, eh?
Theo basically has done the entire thing the traditional way, with that thing and that thing, I don't know what they're called.
And this thing here is an absolute nightmare.
It doesn't look as bad on camera, it's kind of hard on the GoPro, but
so I've stopped here. I'm going to finish this wall to the floor, and then I'm going to tackle that stone that sticks out.
Sorry, it trod on baby's tail.
But yeah, it's looking good. I'm really happy with it. I think it will take another layer, another coat, scratch that off. I'm scratching this off. One more coat after this, and then the final like thin finishing coat. So.
How long do you reckon it's going to take to plaster the entire barn?
Depends. I'm having a lie-in tomorrow. 100%.
I think you need a rest day for
My
your right arm.
Like seriously, I've got so many injuries. Look at that. That looks brutal. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm afraid you can't fully tell because it's covered with a layer of lime.
So I've got a massive blister where this sits on my wrist.
Oh.
And then I've got another blister on here from holding this. And big up plasterers, you do a good job.
You do a good job. So I've got a confession to make, and I didn't realise it until last night when I got into bed. But yesterday was such a scary day. We'd been building this up for so long and we were both very nervous about it. And I got loads of footage of Theo using the special spray gun, which was great. But then when that started to go a little bit wrong and we had to figure out how to do it another way, I just totally forgot to film. I've got to be real with you, like, when you're building a house and filming it at the same time and you're constantly doing new things that you've never done before and you want to make sure you do it right, sometimes filming falls by the wayside. So don't worry, we've still got a lot more plastering to do, so you will get to see Theo really in-depth plastering. But I've got to apologise, I'm so sorry. Yesterday was just a crazy day. You inspecting the work?
Of course. It looks so good. It's gone off perfectly. Everything was so worth it yesterday. The hours that we put into it have just paid off massively, and all the research that we've done leading up to this point, it's incredible to see it. I know the stones are beautiful, but this is going to be even more beautiful when it's finished. And plan A didn't go to plan, as you saw. I don't blame Bee for not filming the process of doing it by hand, because she was out there being my labourer, mixing lime. It takes a hell of a long time to mix lime. She had to do 5 different batches just for this wall. It's a long, slow process. We can't put another coat on this wall for 5 days. We have to let it dry completely. But tomorrow I'm moving up to the top, above the mezzanine, to the gable end, and I'm going to start plastering that. And what I'm going to do is, because we missed out a little bit of the process on this video, on the next video I'm going to show you the whole process from mixing the lime all the way to putting it on the wall and making it look how it looks now. So it's nice and rough, it's ready for the next coat, and things are getting incredibly excited. And thank you so much to all your amazing comments. They really do keep us going, keep us inspired. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.